many, many times, and he never remembers meeting me. That was one of the funny things about our relationship, is we had met. Rob and I are, have been in the business the same amount of time, lived in LA almost the same amount of time. I've seen his work a lot, was always a fan of his work. Went to see a friend of mine who made a pilot. I went to the taping of that. He was the second lead in that pilot. I've just seen his work a lot. He's a talented guy. And we're in the same category, so I'd see his stuff. And so I would see him and I would introduce, I'd go, hey man, I'm Rich Spade, it's nice to meet you. He'd go, oh, hey. Really like your thing. Thank you. And next time I'd see him, like, hey, Rob, it's Rich, like, having the pleasure. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, anyway, big fan, good stuff. Like, thank you. We're doing effing Supernatural at the same time, like in season 5. So I'm watching the show, enjoying his work. We're at Halloween. He's trick-or-treating, and I see him. I'm like, hey, Rob, loving you as Chuck. And he's like, having a pleasure. I'm like, Rich. Fine. And then, got to one night, we're at the ArcLight Cinema in Hollywood, having, my wife and I go up to watch a movie, and there's a little bar area upstairs, and we go up there, and the place is empty, except for one other table full of people, one other table, at which sits Rob Benedict and his wife. Over there. And my wife and I sit over here. I go to the bar and order my drinks. He's like, oh, man, you're from Supernatural. I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. He's like, isn't that guy from Supernatural? I'm like, yeah, he's, yep. Why aren't you two talking to each other? He never remembers me. It's a waste of my time. I'm not going over there. I happen to go. I don't need another.
Little did you know, 8 years later, I'd be begging you to share a bed with me.
I know.
Careful how you missed it.
And Matthew, meeting Matt was awesome because Matt and I started this convention circuit together pretty much at exactly the same time. And Matt was, I give Matt a lot of credit for, if you like karaoke, you can pretty much thank Matt for that, because Matt's been such a driving force for so much of this fun stuff we've been able to do here. And the great thing about Matt was, Matt and I got this assignment to host karaoke back when karaoke blew. It was like a church talent show. It was like 9 people in the audience, and it was just awkward silences, and it's a real shit show. And we'd only do it because we had to. It was like on our contract, like, damn it, it's not carried over. So, long story short, I basically looked at Matt. We did this one time, and it was sucky, next city. I saw, I was like, okay, I'm a crusty old curmudgeon. He's a high energy, handsome dude. I think we could team up and do shit. So, I basically dragged him into being the guy who could help me reinvent the wheel and make unfun things fun, because he's innately an upbeat, fun guy. So I've always had a really fun relationship with Matt that was sort of based on the, I don't know you and you don't know me, but we're in the trenches and we're gonna figure this out. He's like, great!
It's funny you should say that, because like when I first met you, my first take was a little bit different than how you felt about me.
I'm sure.
We had that, it was like New Jersey, like 785 years ago when we met. And it was like one of my first conventions. We had a meet and greet, and he goes, hey, let's take these 15 people,
all right,
and let's just go to the bar, and we'll all have a cocktail and some bar snacks. I'm like, awesome, what better way to socialize over a little beer and some snacks, and stories were coming out. It was great, this and that. Every single person ordered basically a $15 or $20 drink. And I was like, yeah, here we go, all right, wrapping this up. Haven't seen a check, don't worry about it, wrapping it up. Next morning I go to check out. Richard Spade's signature on a receipt for about $385 of drinks is charged on my credit card. To this day, he's never paid me back.
I was gonna say, you know when I paid him back? Never.
And when I first met Rob, I think it was just like all love, because we were both like so overwhelmed at Rich, and we were like, oh, hey man, actual kind human being. It's not, I think we just hugged. I think we were on a balcony, we were in a hotel room.
Was Rob wearing that gray sweater in the
It
Chappelle?
was a gray sweater. He offered to let me share his bed. I wanted to. It's great. And it was just, love fest ever since. We generally have 2 or 3 beers and almost make out on a regular basis.
Just a little warning to the fans, if you ever approach Rob in a photo op or anywhere, and he's wearing the gray sweater and the chapeau, he's gonna hit on you. That's just his mating outfit.
It's like his new fresh coat of summer fur came in. Thank you. Can you smell me?
Yeah.